Okay, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we will start our lecture. So in the last class, we were seeing the polar plot, and we have seen few generalized example. What will be the polar plot if the order is increased or if the type is increased, and we have seen all those things. So in today's lecture, we will continue our discussion in the polar plot, and we will see few more examples. Okay, so the examples which I will be taking is I have already provided in the notes, so you can have a look into the notes as well. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let us start. So uh, before jumping directly into the numerical problem, we will first see how to calculate the magnitude and the phase of a certain complex number. Though you already might know this, you have covered it in school times or maybe in your previous semester, but still we will give it a glance so that it can be utilized while solving the numerical problems, right? So find the magnitude, find the magnitude and phase of below function. We all know that we are right now dealing in the frequency domain, and it is called as frequency domain analysis. And in this frequency domain analysis, we are just right now we are seeing the polar plot, and we know if given a system, if you provide a system with sinusoidal input having certain frequency and phase, it will provide you an output having sinusoidal output, but the amplitude which you are providing here might be different. That is called as magnitude or amplitude, and the phase may also vary. Suppose you are providing a sine omega t as an input here, so you may get b sine omega t plus phi. So how will you analyze your system? Based on your change in the magnitude and change in the phase. So this is called as frequency response of a system, where we analyze the system based on the change in the magnitude as well as change in the phase. So we have already started, and right now we will be seeing how to calculate the magnitude and phase of below function. I will be just providing you some complex numbers, and we will be seeing how to calculate its magnitude as well as its phase. For example, our first is f is equal to 1 plus j. 1 plus j. We want to calculate, this is a complex number, and we want to calculate its phase as well as its magnitude. So magnitude you can directly calculate by doing under root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So real part square is 1 and imaginary part square is also 1. So when you do this, so you will be getting under root of 2. But if you plot, and if you will plot this in plane, that is, suppose this is a real part and this is imaginary part, so 1 will come out somewhere here and j will come out somewhere here. This is the plot where this is called as magnitude, which we have calculated. This is root 2 magnitude, and this is plus 1, this is plus j, and the phase that it is making is called as, let us say, theta or phi. So phase, that is angle of f, we can calculate by tan inverse of, our formula is imaginary upon real. the imaginary part upon the real part. So tan inverse of, what is the coefficient of imaginary part? You can see coefficient is 1. So tan inverse of 1 divided by 1. So that will give you tan inverse of 1. Tan inverse of 1 is how much? Is 45 degree. We can see in coordinates also. This angle is 45 degree. Are you getting this? How to calculate the phase and magnitude of 1 plus j? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you getting this? How to calculate the magnitude and phase of a complex number?
Yes, sir.
This is for 1 plus j. Now, secondly, we will see second function is 1 minus j. If you want to plot in coordinates, so this is real and this is imaginary. And if you want to plot this plus 1 minus j, so plus 1 will be somewhere here, minus j will be someone here. So this is the point which it is talking about, right? So this is the point. And what is the angle it is making from the x-axis or the real axis? So magnitude is again under root of real part upon imaginary part. So this will be equal to under root of 2 itself, and phase will be equal to tan inverse of imaginary by real. So imaginary right now, if the coefficient of imaginary is -1 and the coefficient of real is 1. So tan inverse of -1, that will be equal to minus tan inverse of 1. So tan inverse of 1 is 45 degrees, so it will be minus 45 degree. So which you can also track in a coordinate system that this angle, what angle it is making? It is making as minus 45 degree. Okay. Now third function, we can encounter the third type of function where we can have yes.
Sir, please scroll up to the example number 1 plus j. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is the coordinate for 1 plus j. This is the coordinate for 1 minus j. Now we will see what will be the, how to calculate the phase and magnitude when we are having the function as -1 minus j. That is, both the parts are negative. That means real part is also negative and imaginary part is also negative. So if we will try to plot in real and imaginary, that is in coordinate, so -1 will come out somewhere here and minus j will somewhat come here. This is the point that we are talking about, right? And this will be the phase and magnitude will be from here to here. So if you want to calculate magnitude, you can calculate directly by keeping the under root of real part square into imaginary part square. So that will come out to be √2, so which is correct. But if you want to calculate the phase, so again, if you go by the formula that is tan inverse of imaginary by real, this is the formula that is imaginary by real. So tan inverse of, what is the coefficient of imaginary? That is -1. You can see minus j, that means -1 is the coefficient of imaginary part. What is the coefficient of real part? That is -1. Tan inverse of -1, that will be equal to tan inverse of 1. That will give me 45 degree. But you can see that this angle is not 45 degree, but we are getting how much? We are getting 45 degree. So what we need to do, we need to add plus 180 degree phase. We need to add plus 180 degree phase. When we add 180 degree, then it will become 225 degree. So if you can see the phase from here, it will be plus 225 degree. If you can calculate the phase from in an anti-clockwise direction, it will be plus 225 degree. So what is the thumb rule? If you are having the negative real part, just focus on this. If you are having the negative real part, then add plus 180 degree to the phase. If you are having negative real part, you can see we are having negative real part. Earlier in the two problems, we are not having negative real part. You can see this is a positive real part, and here also we are having positive real part. So the problem was not there. But right now you can see we are having the negative real part. So if we are having the negative real part, then we have to add plus 180 degree to the phase. Then only you will get the correct phase. Similarly, if that is fourth example, if you see, suppose f is equal to -1 plus j. If for this we need to calculate what is the magnitude and phase, if we want to plot in coordinate, so -1 will be here, plus j will be here. So this is the point that we are talking about, right? And so magnitude that will remain same, that is under root of 2. That is this magnitude is under root of 2. And but we have to calculate the phase as well. Phase means this phase from real part. If you calculate by the formula, that is phase is equal to tan inverse of imaginary upon real. This is the formula for calculating the phase. That is tan inverse of imaginary is +1 and real is -1. That will give you tan inverse of -1. That will give you minus of tan inverse of 1. So that will give you -45 degree. But you can see that this angle which it is making with real axis is not -45 degrees. So what you will do, and also you can see we are having a negative real part. So what we need to do, we need to add +180 degree to the phase. If you add +180 degree, then it will become +135 degree, which will give you the correct phase from the real. This angle is 135 degree. Are you getting the point? If you are having the negative real part, then you have to add +180 degree to the phase. Magnitude will remain unchanged. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, you can see right now we have only discussed about the numerator. Similarly, if there is negative real part in denominator, if there is a negative real part in the denominator, then subtract -180 degree from final phase. If you are having negative real part, then you have to subtract -180 degree from the final phase. For example, let us say f is equal to 1 upon -1 plus j. If this is for this, you can see there is a negative real part in the denominator. If you want to calculate the phase for this, so how do you calculate the phase? That is, phase will be equal to tan inverse of imaginary by real. Imaginary, you can see, is plus j, so this will be 1, and real is -1. And you have to subtract -180 degree. Why you have to subtract? Because the part is in denominator, so -180 degree. So this will give me minus of tan inverse of 1 -180 degree. This will give me -45 -180. This will give me -225 degree. So the phase of this function is -225 degree. So the thumb rule is, if there is a negative real part in the numerator, negative real part in numerator, if there is a negative real part in numerator, then add +180 degree to the phase. If there is a negative real part in denominator, then you have to subtract -180 degree to the final phase. This is the thumb rule. So we have seen this. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, we will move to the problem that is related with the concept that we have seen, though you might have already known. So open loop transfer function is provided to you as k s plus 2 whole divided by s minus 0.5 s plus 1. So this is the open loop transfer function, and for this open loop transfer function, we want to draw the polar plot. What you want to do? We want to draw the polar plot. So what is the steps involving in drawing the polar plot? So first step is to put s is equal to j omega. So if you put s is equal to j omega, so this will become g j omega. H j omega is equal to k j omega plus 2 whole divided by j omega minus 0.5 j omega plus 1. So you can see the concept that we have just seen. We are having a negative real part in the denominator, that is minus 0.5, right? So now we need to calculate, once we have put s is equal to j omega, and then we have to calculate its phase as well as its magnitude. So first I will calculate its phase. So first we will calculate its magnitude. That is magnitude of Gj omega, Hj omega. The magnitude of k will remain k, and this will be equal to under root of, this is the real part, that is j omega is imaginary and 2 is real. So it will be omega square plus 2 square whole divided by under root of imaginary, that is omega square plus 0.5 whole square under root of omega square plus 1 square. This will be the magnitude. And what will be the phase? So phase of Gj omega, phase of Gj omega, Hj omega. First we need to calculate the phase for numerator. Numerator you can see this is k and imaginary part of this will be 0. I can write it like this. So phase for this part will be equal to 0. Now we need to calculate phase for j omega plus 2, that is tan inverse of imaginary by real. Imaginary is omega, real is 2. Then we will calculate the phase for this part. So I will write minus because we are calculating the phase for denominator, that is tan inverse of imaginary by real. Imaginary part is omega and real part is 1. Now we will calculate phase for this function. Again minus is because we are calculating for denominator, that is tan inverse of imaginary part here is omega and real part is minus 0.5. Since we are having negative real part in the denominator and one negative real part, so I will add minus 180 degree to the phase. You can see this minus 180 degree is an extra term which we have used for getting the correct phase, which we have seen in previous example. I'm adding minus 180 degree because we are having negative real part, that too in the denominator. Have you got these two equations, equation number 1 and equation number 2? Is there any doubt?
So we can say that so we can say that if the denominator is negative, then it will be minus 180 degree, and if numerator is negative, it will be plus 180 degree, right?
Yes, negative real part. Real part. You can see minus 5 is what? If this is a complex number, the real part of this is minus 5. So we are having a negative real part. If you are having a negative real part in the numerator, add plus 180 degree. If you are having negative real part in the denominator, add minus 180 degree. Why? Because we have seen while we are calculating for negative real part, there was some error. So in order to correct that error, we are adding extra phase. Okay. So simplify this, that is Gj omega, Hj omega equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 minus tan inverse of omega, and minus this is 0.5, that means 1 by 2. So and minus will come outside, so this will be plus tan inverse of, I can write 2 omega minus 180 degree. This is equation number 2. So this is my magnitude equation and this is my phase equation. Is it okay? These two equations is okay, or there is any doubt? Just check and let me know. Is there any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we will see. We will equate this phase equation, that is equation number 2, equating it to minus 180 degree. We will equate this phase to minus 180 degree, and we will see what are the different frequencies at which our phase or our plot is cutting minus 180 degree line. What is the different frequencies for which our phase, our plot is cutting minus 180 degree line? If you can remember, this is our GH plane, this is our real part, this is our imaginary part. This angle is 0 degree, this angle is minus 90, this angle is minus 180 degree, this angle is minus 270 degree. So what I will do, I will equate equation number 2 to minus 180 degree and calculate for different what can be the different values of omega, so that our phase can be 180 degree. What are the different values of omega so that our phase can be minus 180 degree? So what I will do, I will equate it to minus 180 degree. Just see, it is minus 180 degree is equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 minus tan inverse of omega plus tan inverse of 2 omega minus 180 degree. So this minus cancels, and I can take tan omega terms to this side. So this will be equal to tan inverse of omega will be equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 plus tan inverse of 2 omega. Now we have to use the formula of tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. Tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. How to do this? So this will give you tan inverse of A plus B upon 1 minus AB. This is the formula for tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. The formula for tan inverse of A minus tan inverse of B is tan inverse of A minus B upon 1 plus AB. So right now it is tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. So we will use this formula. So this will become tan inverse of omega, tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B. That is tan inverse of omega by 2 plus omega plus 2 omega upon 1 minus omega by 2 into 2 omega. So 2 will cancel. So we will be getting tan inverse of omega, that will be equal to tan inverse of omega plus 2 omega by 2 and 2 omega. So this will be, we will be getting as 5 omega upon 2 whole divided by 1 minus omega square. So tan inverse and tan inverse will cancel out. So we will be getting omega is equal to 5 omega by 2 upon 1 minus omega square. So this omega term will come this side. So we will be having omega 1 into 1 minus omega square is equal to 5 omega by 2. So this will be, we will be getting omega minus omega cube minus 5 omega by 2. So we will be getting, if you multiply 2, bring 2 this side, so this will be 2 omega minus 2 omega cube will be equal to 5 omega. So bring you can shift this to this side, so it will become 2 omega cube minus 2 omega plus 5 omega equal to 0. 2 omega cube plus 3 omega will be equal to 0. So if you can take omega common, so this will be equal to 2 omega square plus 3 will be equal to 0. So omega will be equal to 0 and 2 omega square plus 3 will be equal to 0. So this we can get omega square is equal to minus 3 by 2. So omega will be equal to plus minus j under root of 3 by 2, because it is minus, you can see, and under root of minus will be j. So that is why I am putting here j. So but from here we can say that this frequency that we are getting is invalid. The frequency that we are getting is invalid. Why? Because frequency cannot be an imaginary part. So here you are getting j omega, so frequency cannot be imaginary. You can write, so this is invalid and this is validated. So omega is equal to 0. So our plot will cut minus 180 degree line at only one frequency. And what is that frequency? That is omega is equal to 0. Our plot will cut minus 180 degree line at only one value of omega, that is omega is equal to 0, because this becomes invalid. So let me write again phase and phase expression as well as phase expression. I'm directly writing, I'm having k under root of omega square plus 4 whole divided by under root of omega square plus 0.5 whole square under root of omega square plus 1. This is our phase equation. This was equation number 1, sorry, magnitude equation, and our phase equation was j omega, that's j omega equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 plus tan inverse of 2 omega minus tan inverse of omega minus 180 degree line, minus 180 degree. So this is our magnitude expression, that is equation number 1, and this is our phase expression that we have already solved. And we also know that our plot will cut minus 180 degree line only at one frequency, that is omega is equal to 0. Why this minus 180 degree line is very important, we will discuss later on in our later on lectures, right? Just for the point, I'm just letting you know that our plot will cut minus 180 degree line at omega is equal to 0, that is only at one frequency. There is a significance of minus 180 degree line we will discuss in coming lectures. Okay, so what is the next step after getting magnitude and phase plot? We need to make a table between frequency, magnitude and phase to plot it on polar plot. And what we did, we vary the frequency from 0 to infinite. What we did, we vary the frequency from 0 to infinite and saw what are the values of magnitude and phase. So if you put omega is equal to 0 in magnitude expression, that is equation number 1, just tell me what will be the magnitude if you put omega is equal to 0 in equation 1. Put omega is equal to 0 in equation 1 and tell me what will be the magnitude. Am I audible?
4K.
4K, correct, because if you put omega is equal to 0, so it is having under root of 4, under root of 0.5 whole square, under root of 1. So under root of 0.5 square, that means 0.5, and in numerator we will get 2. So we will be getting as 4K. Similarly, if you put omega is equal to 0 in phase expression, so tell me what phase you will get. This will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0. We will only get minus 180 degree. Is it okay? This is clear or not? Minus 180 degree.
Yes, sir.
Minus 180 degree. Okay, so now you can go on putting the values, that is you can put 1, you can put 2 and you can put infinite. So let us just directly put infinite, because there is only one value of omega for which our phase is minus 180 degree. So you can see we have put omega is equal to 0 and we have got minus 180 degree. There will be no other values of omega for which the phase can be minus 180 degree. Now you can put omega is equal to infinite. Put omega is equal to infinite in equation 1 and tell me what will you get. Omega is equal to infinite in equation 1. If you put omega is equal to infinite, what will you get?
Infinite.
Why you will get infinite? You can take omega square common from this. So it is in under root. So this will be equal to, why you will get infinite? If you take omega square common, so this will be omega under root of 1 minus 1 plus 4 upon omega square whole square upon omega common. So this will be equal to 1 plus 0.5 omega whole square into omega again common. So this will be equal to 1 plus 1 upon omega whole square. Can we do like this? So this omega and omega cancels out. And if you put now omega is equal to infinite, this term will become 0, this term will become 0, this term will become 0. But this, due to this omega, the whole magnitude will become 0. If you put omega is equal to infinite, what is the magnitude that we are getting? We are getting as 0. Just check if and let me know if anyone is having any doubt. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if you put omega is equal to infinite in equation number 2, what phase you will get? Put in equation number 2. So this will get plus 90 degree, plus 90 degree, minus 90 degree, minus 180 degree. Right? Because omega inverse of infinite is 90. So plus 90 plus 90 minus 90 will cancel out, and minus 180 plus 90, how much phase we will get? Minus 90. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you can fill this table. You can one by one put omega is equal to 1 and calculate the magnitude. you have to do by yourself. But you can do it, or you can, because we have already calculated that omega, you can see our starting phase is minus 180 degree, and it is ending at minus 90 degree. So in your mind, you already have an idea how your magnitude, how your polar plot will going to look like. This is how it will look like. This is omega is equal to 0, and this is omega is equal to infinite. But for the sake of simplicity, you can calculate the different values of magnitude and angle as well. You can put omega is equal to 1 and calculate the magnitude. So I am having the table with me, so I'm directly writing. So if you put omega is equal to 1, you will be getting 1.414 K, and phase you will be getting as minus 135. When you put omega is equal to 2, you are getting 0.613 K, and phase you are getting as minus 122.47 degree. Similarly, you can go on putting. So you can see when you are increasing the value of omega, the magnitude is keep on going decreasing. So that means it is coming closer and closer to the origin, because at origin your magnitude is 0, and also your phase is decreasing from minus 180 degree to minus 90 degree. So if I want to draw the polar plot, you can see this is my real axis, this is imaginary, this is my GH plane. This is 0 degree, this is minus 90, minus 180 degree, minus 270 degree. So at omega is equal to 0, what is the magnitude you see? This magnitude is 4K, and what is the phase? Phase is minus 180 degree. Minus 180 degree is this line. This is the minus 180 degree line. So you can cut a line, and you can make that this is 4K. Distance from the origin is 4K, and phase is 180 degree line. And when you are increasing the frequency, you can see your phase is going minus 135. So where you will get minus 35, minus 135, you will get somewhere here between minus 180 and minus 90. So our plot will go in the downwards direction. And when you put omega is equal to infinite, your phase is become minus 90. That means it is tangent to minus 90 line, and your magnitude is become 0. Magnitude 0, that means it is at origin. So you can draw it like this. Just roughly you can draw, right? So you can see this is the direction. This is the point where omega is equal to 0, and this is the point where omega is equal to infinity. Is it clear? Is it okay or not? You can see, you can also represent this minus 135 line. If what is 135 degree, minus 135 degree, how will it look like? It will look like somewhat this. That means this is minus 135 degree angle. And you can calculate the magnitude that is from here to here. What is the magnitude? 1.414 K. This is the magnitude, that is the distance from the origin. And this is minus 135 degree line. So this will represent the complete polar plot of the given problem. Is it okay? Or should I explain it again?
Sir, can you scroll up, please?
Okay. Let me know up to which point you want.
Scroll up. Sir, why here you have told that frequency invalid, sir?
Because you can see that it is coming imaginary. Frequency cannot be imaginary, it has to be real. We are getting imaginary number, na?
Okay, sir.
Right?
So,
Any more doubt? Yes.
sir, why did you make equation equal to minus 180 above?
So that
sir,
I will be
upwards.
clear. Yes. So that I will be clear in coming example, that will be more clearer. We will discuss one more example. It might be possible that after going downwards, because how much value you put in this table, how much value you will put in this table, because this is ranging from 0 to infinite, correct? You can put 0 and you can put infinite, and you can draw it like this. But your plot, if you do not know what is the different instance that your plot is cutting 180 degree line, so your plot can also be like this. Your plot can also be like this, but your plot to be like this, you should have got these two frequency as well, because at these two frequency your phase is exactly minus 180 degree. Can you imagine this kind of a graph, this kind of a plot? But since we have already calculated, and we know that at omega is equal to 0, our phase is minus 180 degree, and no other at no other frequency our phase is minus 180 degree, and our phase is also decreasing when we are increasing the value of omega, and for omega is equal to infinite our phase has become minus 90. So this is the only possibility that is possible. Otherwise this plot can also be valid, right? But for this plot to be valid, you have to get two frequencies for this, for which the phase has to be minus 180 degree. But that is not the correct condition for the given problem. We will discuss in next example. This kind of a situation is there. Is it okay? Have my doubt is, your doubt is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is why we have calculated what is the different frequencies at which our phase is minus 180. So from that we can from our calculation we come to know that there is only one frequency for which our phase is 180 degree line, because other frequencies you can see imaginary it is coming. So our plot will cut minus 180 degree line only at one point, and that point is omega is equal to 0. Right? Now, because this the table that we are drawing is infinite value, right? We cannot check at each and every point. So we has to have a certain intuition that where our plot will be heading. Right? So we will see one more example. So from that it will be more clearer. Let us take one more example, that is Kopma-Loop transfer function, that is Gs into Hs is given as K S plus 2 whole divided by S minus 1 S plus 0.5. So here also you can see we are having negative real part in the denominator. We are having negative real part in the denominator, that is minus 1. So we have to plot its polar plot. So put S is equal to j omega. So this will be equal to Gj omega Hj omega K j omega plus 2 upon j omega minus 1 j omega plus 0.5. You have to calculate the magnitude Gj omega Hj omega. Magnitude will be K under root of imaginary square plus real square, that is omega square plus 2 square, upon under root of imaginary square plus real square, that is omega square plus 1 square, imaginary square, that is omega square plus 0.5 whole square. So this is magnitude part, equation number 1. You can also calculate phase, that is Gj omega Hj omega. Phase for numerator we are calculating phase. I am writing for numerator, that is for this part. Tan inverse of you can see that for this K our phase will be 0 because imaginary part is 0. Now for second, that is j omega plus 2, that is tan inverse of imaginary is omega, real is 2. Now I will use minus because I will be calculating phase for this part. So minus because it is in denominator, tan inverse of imaginary is omega, real is 0.5. Again minus because it is, now I am calculating for this. Again minus because I am calculating for denominator. Minus tan inverse of our phase is how much? Imaginary part is omega and real part is minus 1. And I will also add minus 180 degree. Why? This is additional phase that I am adding because we are having negative real part in the denominator. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will simplify further our phase expression. Gj omega Hj omega. That will be equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 minus tan inverse of 2 omega, because this 0.5 is 1 by 2, plus tan inverse of omega, minus sign will come out, minus 180 degree line. This is our equation number 2. Now from this point onwards you can build the table, that is omega, Gj omega, Hj omega, magnitude and phase, and you can put different values of omega, right? But how many values you should put? So for that, in order to avoid that confusion, what I will do, I will equate equation number 2 to minus 180 degree, so that we can get to know what are the different frequencies at which our phase is minus 180 degree line. So just see, I will equate equation number 2, that is this equation, to minus 180 degree. Minus 180 degree will be equal to tan inverse of omega by 2 minus tan inverse of omega plus tan inverse of omega minus 180. Minus 180 minus 180 will cancel. Take tan inverse of 2 omega to this side. So this will be tan inverse of 2 omega, and apply the formula of tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B in these two. So this will be tan inverse of A plus B, that is omega by 2 plus omega upon 1 minus omega square by 2. let me know if you face any difficulty. Tan inverse and tan inverse will vanish. So this will be 2 omega will be equal to omega by 2, that is omega plus 2 omega upon 2 whole divided by 1 minus omega square by 2. So you can take cross multiply. So this will be 2 omega 1 minus omega square by 2 is equal to omega plus that will be 3 omega by 2. If you take the LCM, so this will be equal to 2 omega 2 minus omega square whole by 2 will be equal to 3 omega by 2. 2 will cancel. So this will be 2, that is 4 omega minus 4 minus 2 omega square, sorry, omega cube will be equal to 3 omega. You can bring this term to the right hand side. So this will be 2 omega cube minus omega minus 4 omega plus 3 omega is equal to 0. This will be 2 omega cube minus omega, that will be equal to 0. This will be equal to take omega common, so this will be 2 omega square minus 1 will be equal to 0. So this will be equal to omega is equal to 0 is our first frequency, and 2 omega square minus 1 is equal to 0. So omega square will be equal to 1 by 2, and omega will be equal to 1 upon the root of 2. That will be equal to, that will give you plus minus 0.707. So you can neglect the negative frequency because we are calculating for our frequency from 0 to infinity, plus 0 to plus infinity. So you can neglect the, and you can take plus 7.707. So at these two frequencies, there is omega 2 and omega 1. At these two frequencies, our phase will be minus 180 degree line. So how you will have to build the table? You can first column is omega, second column is magnitude, third column is phase. What you have to do? Again, you have to vary omega from 0 to infinity. That is for sure. 0 and infinity. These two are fixed. But you can see when you are starting from 0, its phase is minus 180 degree, and when you reach 0.707, its phase is 180 degree again. So this point is, you can consider 0.707 at the middle point, and you can take between 0 and 0.707 so that it will be more clearer where your plot is heading. You can take the value 0.5, and for afterwards also you can take. So these are the different values. You can calculate your phase and magnitude, and then you can draw the polar plot. Okay, so these are the different values of omega for which you have to calculate the phase. Why I have taken between these 2 points? Because this is very important. 0.05, because this is between 0 and 0.707. What is meant by, if I draw it roughly, what does it mean? So at omega is equal to 0, your phase is 180 degree, minus 180 degree line, right? Now your phase can go, your plot can go in the upward direction and come back again to 180 degree line, because this point is 0.707. Or your plot can also move in the downward direction and can cut 180 degree line at this point. There are two ways, right? Either it can move upward or it can move downward. So how will you know that the plot is moving upward or downward? You can select the middle frequency between 0 and 0.7, and for this frequency you can calculate the phase. Suppose at 0 your phase is minus 180 degree, at 0.707 your phase is again minus 180 degree line. But at this frequency, what is your phase will determine your plot will move upward, downward. Is it clear? So we will put the different values of omega. So if you put omega is equal to 0, what is the magnitude? Let me just copy this. Right. If you put omega is equal to 0 in equation number 1, what will you get? This is your equation number 1. Put omega is equal to 0. What will you get? What is the magnitude you will get? Put omega is equal to 0 here. Sorry? 4K. If you put omega is equal to 0, you will get 4K. If you put omega is equal to 0 in phase equation, so this phase is 0, this phase is 0, this phase is 0. What is the phase you are getting? Only minus 180 degree. So you can see I have already filled minus 180 degree. At 0.707 also you are getting minus 180 degree. You can, what you can do, you can put omega is equal to 0.707 afterwards, after the class, and you can check whether you are getting exactly minus 180 degree or not. You will be getting, right? The thing is you have to calculate the magnitude. Calculate the magnitude at 0.707. So your magnitude I have already calculated, and magnitude is you are getting as 2K. At 0.707 magnitude is 2K, and at 0.5 your phase is minus 184. This is very important. Phase is minus 184, and your magnitude is 2.607K. This you have to calculate by putting the different values, right? You could have also chosen some other value. You could have chosen 0.4, 0.2, anything, any value between 0 and 0.7, so that you can get an idea whether your plot will move upward or downward. Now you know that if you are starting from omega is equal to 0, right now your phase is, if I want to draw the rough plot, right now at omega is equal to 0, your phase is 180 degree line. When you are increasing the value of omega, what is the phase you are getting? Minus 184. That means your plot will move in upward direction, because in upward direction only when it will move, your phase can become minus 184. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You can select other values also, and you can see, right? When you put 707, your phase will be minus 180 degree line. Now when you put omega is equal to 1, you will be getting as 1.414K, and phase you will be getting as minus 177. When you put omega is equal to 2, you will be getting 0.613K, and phase you will be getting as minus 147. When you put omega is equal to 0, sorry, when you put omega is equal to infinity, when you put omega is equal to infinity in this, so magnitude you will be getting as 0, and phase, what is the phase you will be getting? Omega is equal to infinity, that means this is plus 90, this is plus minus 90, this is plus 90, this is minus 180. So plus 90 will cancel, and what is the final phase you will be getting? Minus 180 plus 90, that will be equal to minus 90. So you can see this is our this is the table, and for this table we have to draw the polar plot. So let me copy this table. Okay, so for this we have to draw the polar plot. This is your real part, this is your imaginary, this is your GH plane, 0 degree line, minus 90, minus 180 degree line, minus 270 degree, so on. At omega is equal to 0, what is the phase you are getting? Minus 180. At omega is equal to 0, your phase is minus 180. That means you can select any one point. This is the point at omega is equal to 0. And what is the magnitude you're getting? Magnitude is 4K. When you are increasing the value of omega, you are getting minus 184 degree. Minus 184, that means you cannot get minus 184 in the downward direction, because the phase will be less than minus 180. So you have to move in upward direction. So our plot will move in upward direction. You can see. Now at omega is equal to 0.707, at omega is equal to 0.707, the phase is again becoming minus 180 degree line. What does it mean? It will again come back and cut this line, minus 180 degree line. And then what it will do, it will go on, and you can see at omega is equal to infinite, your phase is minus 90, and magnitude is 0. That means it will go on and will never again cut 180 degree line, and will become tangent to 90 degree. So this is how your polar plot will look like. So this point is omega is equal to 0.707, and this is omega is equal to infinity. This is the complete rough polar plot. Is it okay?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please ask.
Sir, in this technique, you can determine which wave is sinusoidal or not, which type of waveform it is.
Which type of, no, this is not sinusoidal, right? I have just drawn very roughly. The waveform, you do not worry about the waveform. This is a plot, right? This is not a waveform.
Okay, sir.
This might look like sinusoidal, but this is not a waveform. This is a plot. Like we have drawn root locus. How we have drawn root locus? If our pole is like this one pole is like this, one root locus branch is going like this, another is going. So this is not a plot, right? Sorry, this is not any signal which is flowing. This is a plot. Similarly, this is a polar plot, right? This is not having any particular pattern. Okay, I have just drawn roughly so that you may understand.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now at 0.707 you can also see what is your magnitude 2k. So that is why this point is exactly at the center, because from center you can see this distance is 2k and from center this distance is 4k. So that is why it might not look like it is at the center, but it is at the center, right? You can draw it. You can see magnitude is 2k at and phase is 180 minus 180 degree line. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Anyone is having any doubt? Should I explain it again, or you have got understood it? Okay, so we will stop here. This completes the polar plot part, and rest of the problems you can see from the book. I will also provide some unsolved examples. From next class, we will see the Nyquist plot. It is the extension of polar plot. In polar plot, what we did, we plotted for frequency 0 to infinite. But in Nyquist plot, what we will do, we will plot it for frequency of minus infinite to infinite. So it is just an extension of polar plot. Nyquist plot, we will plot from minus infinite to plus infinite. In polar plot, we plot it from 0 to infinite. If you want to see what we have seen in today's lecture, okay. So from here we have started. So this was our first example, and we say that we are having negative real part, that too in the denominator. So that is why we have to subtract minus 180 degree to the final phase expression. So this is very important adjustment that you have to follow, right? And put S is equal to j omega, calculate its phase and magnitude. This is the magnitude equation. This is the phase expression. Now, since we are having negative real part, that is why we need to clear and we need to be sure at which frequency our phase, our plot is cutting minus 180 degree line. At which, what are the frequencies our plot is cutting minus 180 degree line? This is to be sure. So what I did, we have put equation 2 to minus 180 degree line and calculate the different values of omega, that is frequencies. So you can see we are calculating and we have got omega is equal to 0 and this is imaginary. So frequency cannot be imaginary. So we have rejected this part and we have taken omega is equal to 0. So for this example, there is only one frequency for which your phase is becoming 180 degree, sorry, minus 180 degree, that is omega is equal to 0. So again, I have written magnitude and phase, and I have drawn the table that is for omega, magnitude and phase, and I have to vary omega from 0 to infinite. So at omega is equal to 0, you can see our phase is minus 180 degree line, and when you are increasing the value of omega, our phase is going on decreasing. Also, our magnitude is 4k at omega is equal to 0, and it is 0 at omega is equal to infinite. So how will your polar plot will look like? This is not the polar plot, right? So this is the polar plot. It will start from, this is omega is equal to 0. It is starting and going and ending at ending phase is minus 90. So it will become tangent at the origin. So this is a semicircle kind of a plot you will get for polar plot in GH plane for the given problem. This is our second problem. Here also we are having negative real part. If you are having negative real part, that means we have to add minus 180 degree line. Suppose if you have two negative real parts, so that then you have to have two minus 180 minus 180, that is minus 360 degree you have to add. Since we are having only one negative part, that is why we have added minus 180 degree. So put S is equal to j omega. This is first step. Calculate the magnitude. calculate its magnitude and phase. So this is calculated magnitude and phase. Now we want to be sure at what are the different frequencies our plot is cutting minus 180 degree line. So what I will do, I will equate equation number 2 to minus 180 degree. So you can see I have equated equation number 2, that is phase expression, to minus 180 degree, and use the formula. And after using, we have got different values of omega. This is the three values of omega, that is omega 1 is equal to 0, plus 0.707 and minus 0.707. But we are plotting for only positive values, so we have neglected minus 0.707. Though it will also cross minus 180 degree line at minus frequency, that we will see in Nyquist plot, right? We will see in Nyquist plot in coming lectures. So right now at two different frequencies, it is cutting minus 180 degree line. So we can see what we have considered 0 and 0.707. In between these two, we have to consider 1 point, or you can also consider 2 or 3 points to be sure in which direction your plot will move. And 0.7 from 0.707 to plus infinity, also you have to consider to some point. You have considered many points, and then you have to calculate magnitude and phase by putting it in the equation, right? So you can see we have calculated and we have got different values. So at omega is equal to 0, we are getting magnitude 4k and phase is 180. At omega is equal to 0.70, we are getting magnitude as 2k and phase again is minus 180 degree. And in between, you can see that our plot will move upward because of minus 184 degree line, and then it will move downward direction. So you can see once this is omega is equal to 0, then it is moving upward. And at omega is equal to 0.707, it is again becoming phase is again becoming minus 180 degree, and magnitude is 2k. So this point will be exactly at the center, and I have drawn the rough diagram, and then it will go, phase will go on decreasing, and it will ultimately end at omega, phase is equal to minus 90, and at omega is equal to infinity. So this is the complete polar plot of the given problem. Any doubt anyone is having? Okay, so we'll stop here.